Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. I just want to do a quick video talking about the Hostel movie series. Not Hostile, Hostel. So, I didn't realize how old the series was. I had seen the first one probably around the time it came out, and I think it was 2006 or 2007. So it's almost a 20-year-old film, which is pretty crazy. But getting older kind of sucks, and you realize everything is pretty old once you get old. So, the first movie, second movie, and third movie are all similar in a way. If you haven't seen the series, slight spoilers, but it's not like, I'm not going to go over the top. I always try to keep, the main meat of the film for you to watch. So the first movie is these guys take a trip to, it's an Eastern European country. I can't remember if it's like Slovenia. And they end up getting wrapped up in this group that kidnaps people and buys and sells people, kind of like a slave trade type of thing. But instead of selling them off or whatever, they charge people to mutilate and murder them. So if you're some well-off person who's a millionaire or billionaire, you can pay whatever, $500,000, and they'll find someone off the street, usually a tourist, because it's harder to obviously locate them, an American in this instance, and they take you in, and then they murder you. The person who paid the money murders you under their, auspices at like a torture dungeon type of thing. Pretty graphic, but nothing too crazy by today's standards, but I think it's still a fairly graphic film. If you like, they call it torture porn. It's not really like the Saw series or anything, but it's more this kind of dirty underbelly, grimy, who's going to get taken, and then who's going to get murdered, and is someone going to escape, etc. The characters are decent. It's this guy and his friends. I'm not going to tell you who makes it and who doesn't make it and whether they make it out or not, but it's a fairly interesting film. I have the DVD. I enjoyed it. It's probably like a good 6 or 7 out of 10. It's not like a great movie, but it's a good solid film. The second movie actually surprised me. I watched that one recently, I think a week ago. It's a same setup, but it's women. And I think initially they're on a train. They're taking a train to, again, an Eastern European country. And they end up getting sold, like kidnapped and then sold to this group again. Again, I'm trying to be kind of ambiguous here. And they start murdering and torturing them, and one of them tries to escape. That's kind of always the gist of the film. This movie I thought was better. I thought the characters were more likable. I thought the women were a little more interesting. They were quirky. One of them seemed kind of mentally a little unwell. The other one was kind of crazy and like angry all the time. I just thought they had more moxie to them and more interesting details. I thought the guy in the first film was a little dull, and he is in the second film as well, so you will see how he ends up. The third film was, I believe, created or directed by a totally different person, and you can tell. It feels like very much a direct-to-TV, direct-to-video, which it is a direct-to-video release. But instead of people being kidnapped and sold to this group, who then sell the murder to someone, they are in Vegas. And I think that sort of takes away some of the cool mystique of the series, and it also didn't really have the characters were okay. It was a very, humdrum, not nearly as good, not nearly as gory, not nearly as interesting version of the series. So I think the first one's like a 6 or a 7. Let's just say a 6. The second one's probably a 7, 7.5. I thought it was better. And then the third one probably goes down to like a 4 or 5. It's like okay. It's not something you really need to watch, and the ending's pretty stupid. But anyhow, Hostel series was, excuse me, kind of fun. If you like things with lots of mutilation or gore or people being captured, you'll probably like this film series. I know I'm speaking about something very old now, but check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys, for watching. Shout out to my good buddy Kevin. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.